Good morning, day, night, evening, afternoon, guys. Welcome and welcome in. I'm a little late to the party, I have to say. Had to do a quick shower. Anyway, let us watch the Season 2 patch overview and then dive deep into the patch notes. Let's see.
Hello travelers, I'm Judd Kobler, Game Director for Last Epoch and founder of 11th Hour Games. I'm excited to tell you more about the long-anticipated content coming in Season 2 called Tombs of the Erased, releasing on April 17th. For Season 2, we took more time and focused on the things that our players were telling us they'd like to see next, like expanding the endgame, more content variety, balance, and more. Season 2 is truly a massive update, and there's plenty to cover, so let's dive in.
Let's go.
In Season 2, you are introduced to the Woven, a new in-game faction. Their followers worship the Weaver, a titan who seeks to create a new world free from the void and other imperfections. When exploring the Monolith of Fate, you'll encounter procedurally generated tombs and cemetery side zones, in which the Weaver has been experimenting with souls and memories to make a new world.
Actually,
the Woven seek to perfect the Weaver's design by sending the traveler to the tombs and cemeteries to cull her flawed creations. These tomb and cemetery side zones are the foundation for interacting with our new in-game systems in Season 2.
Different.
Inside these zones, you'll find the Woven, who have captured souls for the Weaver and wrapped them in cocoons. Breaking these cocoons open will release the souls, which will then flee and possess nearby enemies.
Ooh.
Possessed enemies gain new abilities and
they do it fast though, not as slow as
slain, drop Memory Amber, a new currency used in the Weaver faction. You'll want to collect as much Memory Amber as you can throughout the zones. Tombs and cemeteries will end with a unique boss fight that, if completed, will reward you with the ability to access the Woven Enchanter, which can enchant one of your class-specific idols. Enchanting an idol via the Woven Enchanter will add a new affix of a random tier and an amount of Weaver's Touch. Weaver's Touch is converted to randomly upgrade the affix applied and or add an additional affix to the idol that can also be upgraded if there's additional Weaver's Touch to be converted, much like the Weaver's Will mechanic. These may have up to 2 enchanted affixes total. This conversion of Weaver's Touch happens as you gain experience while having the idol equipped. The first enchantment of an idol is free. Re-enchanting the same idol costs Memory Amber each time and re-rolls a new enchantment affix, replacing the previous affixes. To keep non-class idols competitive, we've added new idol subtypes with more powerful modifiers as well. Completing a cemetery, the larger of the 2 types of side zones, will also give access to an altar of the Weaver. Altars are used to place the Weaver's constructed realities into the Echo Web, which take form as and are called Woven Echoes.
This update is actually
Echoes
insanely
are a
massive,
new special itemized type of echoes, glimpses into the Weaver's new world that introduce a lot of exciting new content and rewards to Last Epoch's endgame. These drop from enemies within tombs and cemeteries and can be purchased from the Woven faction NPC, Mask. Woven Echoes will provide new challenges and objectives, such as access to brand new bosses like the Draw Queen, and Ignixoros, the Antipode Dragon, or enhanced versions of existing bosses like Majasa with new abilities, and even an Uber version of the pinnacle boss Aberoth introduced in Season 1. But beware, defeating Uber Aberoth is only accomplishable by the most skilled players and powerful characters in Eterra. There are many powerful rewards tied to Woven Echoes, such as unique forges giving you special ways to craft items not found anywhere else in the game, access to new unique items only found by defeating these bosses, and even ways to accelerate in-game progression for alt characters.
The dice skill is new, like the animation, like the projectiles
the corruption of another character's timeline. We'll go over some Woven Echoes momentarily.
What is this map? What the fuck?
There are 37 different types of Woven Echoes being introduced with Season 2.
Looks really nice,
and
very colorful.
Once you've found and completed your first cemetery, you'll catch the attention of Mask, the Weaver's High Priest, who will bring you to the Haven of Silk to tell you more about the Woven and then invite you to join them. Joining and gaining rank with the Woven will allow you to unlock more Woven Echoes and give you access and points to spend in the new Weaver's Tree.
You're not out of the league, are you?
The Weaver's Tree allows you to influence the encounters and rewards in the Monolith of Fate, providing more agency over your in-game experience. Some options include having a chance for Arena Echoes to be replaced with Super Arena Echoes, which contain champion enemies, or having items with Weaver's Will be rolled twice and keeping the higher value of the two, or sometimes letting a Shade of Orbis ambush you in your echoes for additional drops and challenge. Some key nodes allow items and woven echoes to be imprinted into the tree, yielding different effects. Like imprinting a woven echo, giving it a chance to spawn in your echo web without placing it via the altar of the Weaver in cemeteries. Or imprint an item to make it so that an item of the same type and rarity is granted as an additional reward when completing echoes. Or imprint an item and there will be a chance for enemies in regular echoes to drop a pile of items similar to the
tree is honestly
one.
better than the PoE2
There are
Echoes
many
tree,
fun and exciting options in the Weaver's
tree
tree that allow you to shape your end-game experience and loot hunt. We can't wait to hear your feedback. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about a bit more of the interesting itemization and crafting options coming with Season 2, largely enabled via these woven echoes. In Season 2, we're introducing set item crafting, which can be accessed via the Great Bridge woven
maybe
echo.
Eventually, but not.
Shattering a set item grants you
not.
1 to 4 set affix shards you can then use to craft your own reforged set items. Each set item is associated with one specific shard unique to that set item that when crafted onto an item makes it act as that set item. This means that you can craft your own reforged set items that count for the set's bonuses, and you can mix and match these by using the original set items together with the reforged set items. You can craft these onto different item subtypes. Only one type of set affix shard can be applied to any individual item, and this item cannot be used in legendary crafting via the Eternity Cache.
Makes sense.
We're also adding the ability to re-roll the legendary potential of uniques via the far side.
Dude, the new maps actually look good. What the hell?
Unique must have at least one legendary potential. Re-rolling the legendary potential possesses quite a significant risk, as if the legendary potential fails to go up, it will instead go down all the way to 0. This is a worthy risk, as many times to get an upgrade, you need to have more than one legendary potential. And even in the case that it ends up going down to 0, you can then attempt to upgrade it again via the Nemesis Egg, providing multiple new chances to turn an item that might not be an upgrade into an upgrade. In the Orden's Watch woven echo, you can replace attributes, strength, dexterity, attunement, or intelligence, with another, as long as the affix isn't sealed. This costs 1 forging potential from the item. The tier and roll range of the replaced affix will be preserved for the new affix. In the Gauntlet of Strife woven echo, you'll be challenged by a
not even like
of
RNG ranges like they usually
by completing, you'll be rewarded with access to the Sacrificial Altar, which can be used to sacrifice a unique, legendary, Weaver's Will item or set item to re-roll the mod and implicit values of a matching item. The item being sacrificed needs to have equal or greater legendary potential.
Dude, they're going hard with all the crafting stuff.
Rune of Research and Glyph of Insight have been removed and replaced by the Thaumaturgy device at the end of the Rune Prison Complex woven echo, where you can replace a prefix with an experimental affix on boots, gloves, or a belt.
Like, it's kind of crazy.
This makes the process of crafting experimental affixes much simpler. The exiled mages you encounter will have a chance to drop this woven echo. We're also adding some brand new crafting materials, such as Rune of Weaving, which speeds up your Weaver's Will and Weaver's Touch item conversions. Using a Rune of Weaving will convert some Weaver's Will or Touch to add additional affixes or affix tiers, like you would gain by slaying enemies with the item equipped.
Up the process to see what you have.
Rune of Havoc, which shuffles the tiers of affixes of an exalted item. Sealed affixes are unaffected by this action. For example, you could potentially use the Rune of Havoc to change Tier 1 Strength to Tier 7 on an item that had a different affix at Tier 7 previously. Rune of Redemption, which rerolls exalted affixes to other affixes, preserving tier and roll range. Again, sealed affixes are unaffected. Another crafting update we believe you guys will be excited about is when using the Eternity Cache in Temporal Sanctum Tier 2 or above, you may now select one affix that is guaranteed to be applied to the legendary that you're about to create. Season 2 brings an additional challenge for players with newly introduced champion enemies that spawn in the campaign, monolith, and dungeon. Champions are powerful versions of enemies with additional and altered abilities that spawn with 3 additional random modifiers, including one champion mod. They drop extra loot when killed and even have a small chance to drop much rarer loot, like a pile of unique items. Champions also always drop an item with a sealed champion affix that depends on the champion's mod. For example, a volcano champion will always drop a belt with a volcano champion's affix. These mods have unique affixes rarely seen elsewhere and can be very powerful when used with the correct builds.
Cool.
We've made many updates to both the monolith and dungeons.
Monoliths also
have new objectives, like slaying enemies until cocooned item drops, which is a unique item that has a higher chance to have legendary potential when identified, or the need to seal deadly void rifts that have begun appearing in the echoes. You can now reach empowered monoliths on alts much more quickly, as we've made characters in the same environment share Monolith of Fate timeline unlocks.
Items that you have to ID.
We've improved arenas by having enemy waves spawn more quickly, and increased enemies' movement speed so that they don't take as long to reach you. And we've updated Echo Spire objectives so that the spires are guarded by a mini-boss and only attack you once you've engaged the Guardian. This means that they will no longer shoot at you from all the way across the map.
Nice.
For dungeons, we're introducing dungeon charms, which can modify a dungeon run. We're introducing 2 charms with this patch, one of which is called a portal charm.
The dungeon changes a bit.
Immediately portal to the boss of a dungeon and
they're doing
gain
so much
a random
other stuff
assortment of mods that you would have gained along the way.
It's really nice.
We've also added the Black Market Key Trader to Majelka's Upper District in the Divine era, where you can exchange any 3 dungeon keys for a portal charm. In dungeons, you can now use a key to respawn either on the floor you've gotten to or at the boss, instead of needing to repeat the entire dungeon. Please, don't test this as a hardcore character. It will not save you. In Season 2, the Sentinel class is receiving a ton of updates, from small adjustments to skills to fully reworking others. Paladin and Void Knight are receiving major overhauls to their mastery passive trees, and Forge Guard is receiving some additions, like a passive allowing them to wield a 2-handed weapon and a shield at the same time.
This is insane.
Volatile Reversal has been completely reworked, including a brand new skill tree. By default, it is now a combo traversal skill, where the first use of the skill sends you forward in time to a location to strike enemies in an area.
Maybe it saves you how to, maybe there's a bug,
in time to your original location, once again striking enemies in that area.
The Void Rifts, like the Void Rifts look so much better now than before.
Some great interaction with other skills like Devouring Orb.
Dude, so far, like visually at least, this seems like actual release of what else Epoch. Like release last year was obviously rushed, like we all know that. But like this seems like actual release, like visually at least so far.
Hope to Symbols of Hope.
Except campaign is still not done fully,
system coming later, and have updated its functionality. Symbols of Hope now automatically generates symbols
this is also
for
a great change.
Meaning no spending mana or stopping to cast it. Actively using the ability now consumes the symbols to grant ward and temporary damage reduction. Devouring Orb at a baseline now also deals void damage over time in an area around it, and these damaging areas can stack. Its skill tree has been updated with cool new possibilities,
like, this is all W, man.
Instantly cast it for you whenever you move. No more numlock needed, and no more getting interrupted every time it casts.
This is... oh my god, it's
Sentinel
so
skills
good!
Received a variety of small to moderate updates to improve their power and offer additional build options. Examples include multi-strike.
It sounds like fun, it looks like fun, it just has to actually be fun as well when you're playing, hopefully as well.
Swords to hit the same target. Vengeance has been updated to include conversions to both fire and void. Rive can now be converted to void. Javelin's Divine Fury and Siege
Alright, let's go.
Barrage nodes now work together. Hammer Throw has received buffs to non-spiraling nodes. Shield Throw no longer has a cooldown at base and has a node to allow it to bounce from the player.
Finally, like, so many of these skills are
is now a
finally
viable,
fucking usable.
distinctly unique damaging ailment for Void Knights. We're also very excited to bring a new skill to Marksman, Heartseeker. Heartseeker shoots a single target arrow that seeks a nearby targeted enemy and has a chance to recurve, meaning it
this is gonna be broken as fuck,
back
but
to hit the
at
target
least
again.
like a new skill, it's gonna be fun, I guess,
When
for
building
rogue
for
enjoyers.
Heartseeker, you'll likely want to increase the recurve chance, allowing it to pierce and hit the same enemy many times. If the target is destroyed, and Heartseeker would have recurved, it will instead seek another nearby target. Heartseeker's skill tree gives options to be converted to fire and cold, has lots of support for poison and bleed, can be used as utility
AoE,
to generate mana and different shrouds,
generator,
and even to provide global buffs granting added throwing and spell damage. You can also remove the base functionality where Heartseeker seeks a new target after slaying the first, and instead turn those leftover recurves into puncture skill procs that fire towards nearby
and you know
enemies.
what? It feels snappy and doesn't have like 5 billion like built-in fixed attack speed,
and
like
Held
attack
Arrows
time
has
on
been
top.
moved to the 35-point skill unlock slot. Season 2 is bringing quite a lot of balance changes. Health builds are generally more effective as there is much more access to health modifiers across the game. Health affixes and health regeneration have been buffed, and health granted per level has been increased. Ward builds are still powerful,
to a certain degree,
but
at least,
outliers allowing
like
for massive ward generation have been rebalanced. In general, many skills have received buffs, as our goal is to make many more builds viable for in-game content, and previous meta builds that were overperforming have been brought in line.
Hopefully.
Skills such as Black Hole, Elemental Nova, Tornado, Flurry, and Shurikens have had their damage effectiveness increased. We expect there to be a lot of new builds that players are excited to try out in Season 2. Idle enchantments and new non-class specific Weaver idols will also raise the power level floor for all builds. Many unique items have received a pass to help make them more useful.
This shaman attack looks new
Eye
to
of
me.
Rain can once again be used with Warpath and other skills which hit with indirect attacks.
Is that like
Boulder's Wrath can proc Earthquake twice as much as before. And Stormbreaker can now gain Storm stacks instead of a small chance to cast Lightning Strike. We've also applied some quality of life updates to multiple skills, like Warcry's Berserk lasting 50% longer. Dreadshade no longer has a duration. You can hold 3 black arrows from Dark Quiver at once. And we've increased the amount of shortcutting you can do with movement skills by increasing the distance you can travel.
Whirlwind's so cool in
with
this game, like the animation of the whirlwind, it changes depending on like, what type of weapon you have as well.
Baseline in Season 2,
always been like that,
there will
but
be
it's
more
such a cool
scenarios
feature.
where
Like,
you'll
just
be
a,
excited
like, cool
to find
minor
them,
detail, I
and you
think.
can also increase their spawn rate via the Weaver tree. In Season 2, we're introducing 25 new unique items. This includes 8 new Weaver's Will uniques and 4 early backer uniques. About half of these are tied to new tombs, cemeteries, and woven echo bosses, while the other half expand on the overarching drop pool. And there are plenty of additional improvements coming with Season 2 to be excited about. You can now respec your mastery for gold in the End of Time. The cost of respecializing your mastery is a lot cheaper in the lower to mid levels, so it's easier to experiment. But it increases as your character level goes up.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but
we're introducing a beta version of WASD movement. You can access this via the settings gameplay menu. We'll be monitoring.
Is this just controller-based WASD, or is it like actually attack while moving? I don't think it's attack while moving, right?
Player feedback on this implementation,
Maybe
and we're excited to hear your feedback.
But I don't think like all the models are rigged for that.
We have updated the inventory to have tabs to separate out keys and the new woven echoes.
What is this map again? Like the maps look so fucking good now.
As an option that will be on by default, so that when you pick up crafting items like shards, they will immediately go to
the
your
maps look like an actual released game now.
Both of these updates make inventory management much
maybe
nicer,
not this one. This one's still old.
needing to be dealt with much less frequently. For Gamepad, we have completely reworked skill targeting, which improves every single skill and skill mutation, making targeting and using abilities more intuitive and responsive. We can also now make updates to individual skills targeting much more easily, so we'll be looking for your feedback and improving these even further. There are a ton of additional updates and fixes in Season 2, and we invite you to read the full patch notes on our forum. Along with all these incredible updates coming in Season 2, we're excited to announce a new batch of supporter packs known as the Woven Series.
Credits
Each
buy
of
now.
these 4 supporter packs offers new and unique ways to customize your appearance, and the team has cooked up some pretty amazing offerings. Starting with the Woven Traveler pack. We really wanted our entry-level pack
last Epoch MTX used to honestly like not look that good, but I think these are actually looking decently now.
That's right, it wasn't an April Fool's joke after all.
Capybara,
you will also score 2 new weapon cosmetics, a backslot cosmetic, and all new color arrangements for your evade skill.
GG, rest in peace.
That's right. With Season 2, we've implemented skill cosmetics, and you'll find many more in the in-game store.
Oof, okay.
The Woven Templar is the next tier in the Woven series and brings some serious heat. To start,
it's
you
also
get all of the cosmetics
right?
from the Woven Traveler, and then, to kick off the Templar pack, we start with a full cosmetic armor set known as the Bronze Scale Plate. But the fire doesn't stop there.
As long as the base skill without MTX looks good,
a massive
okay, I guess for
hammer
this.
Cosmetic, a new portal skin, another fiery evade cosmetic, and the first look at the fire footprint cosmetic, and an additional 100 Epoch points to use in the in-game cosmetic shop.
Skills feel snappy. The animation doesn't
and
look
second tier
good,
in the Woven
but
series
I think
is the Woven Vanquisher supporter
the game always felt
and
better
this
than
pack
it looks.
is charged and ready.
It feels snappy.
As with the previous tiers, the Woven Vanquisher supporter pack also includes all cosmetic items from the Woven Templar and Woven Traveler packs. Kicking off the Woven Vanquishers pack, players will harness
holy
the
shit,
power
how many
of the
MTX do you want to do
with
for
the
your like
Thunderfang
already buy to
cosmetic
play
armor
game, man?
set. You'll also receive the Tempest Gate
To be fair,
portal,
this update is
Stormdrake
huge,
Wings
so
back
like
attachment, Storm
they will
Dragon
need
Staff,
the money.
Stormwalker
Also for the
evade
servers
effect,
and everything, like
and lightning footprints.
It's not
And
a
finally,
buy once
if you're
and
looking
forget
to
about
get
it game.
everything the Woven series of supporter packs has to offer,
Or
then
like
the top
huge,
tier
like,
Woven Legends supporter
continuous
pack
costs
is
for
the
the
one
team.
for you. Harnessing the visual prowess of the Weaver herself, don the Shroud of Woven Disciple cosmetic armor set.
Dude, this is like half
Be
an hour
sure to
video,
bring
but
along your faithful companion, the Thread Strider pet.
15 minutes of which is like MTX.
You will also receive 4 unique evade cosmetics and the Weaver Footprints visual effect.
Okay, bro.
The Woven Legends supporter pack also includes all of the
Crate should
cosmetic
take
offerings
notes.
from the Woven Vanquisher,
I mean,
Woven
once
Templar,
Crate
and
makes a
Woven
game that's
Traveler
like
supporter
server-based,
packs.
they would
This
have
really
to do
is
this
the
as
Get
well, to be
Everything
fair.
pack.
Because I mean, that's just how it
We're
works.
also
Like when you
adding
have
many more items you can purchase with Epoch points in
continuous
store,
costs
including
like
those
this, you have
awesome new
to
skill cosmetic effects.
do something like this.
We
most of the time.
sincerely appreciate your support and hope you enjoy Last Epoch Season 2. Thank you for your patience, as this one took a bit longer to get out, but we hope that the wait was worth it, and we'll aim to be delivering seasonal patches more quickly going forward. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you in Atera for the launch of Tombs of the Erased on April 17th.
Tombs of the Based, let's go. Yeah, this is really fucking good, I have to say. I have to concede, this looks really good. I mean, it wasn't that long about MTX, right? I was just like over-exaggerating. I was like, yeah, like 3 minutes MTX and 23-minute video overall. Oh, it's fine. Yeah. No, like the features are insane.
And we invite you to read.
Just, I don't know, I'm actually positively baffled. Okay, let me give me 1 second. I'll just grab a quick snack and then we can read patch notes. Hype. And then Theorycraft, whenever like Dammit updates any tools, you can also Theorycraft. Hopefully. Or maybe like already like on the go. I'll be right back. Alright. They still have a story to finish and implement all the 3D models for weapons. Yeah, that is true. Maybe Season 3 is gonna be the actual launch of the game. Alright, so Last Epoch Season 2 patch notes are out. If you haven't watched the video yet, as well, the overview video, it's like 25 minutes long. And it is honestly like really good, I have to say. Everything they've shown looks really nice. Whether it's gonna play as nicely as well, we'll figure that out next week. But so far everything looks very nice. Alright, greeting, blah blah blah. Here's the video, right? You can check it out as well. Over 100 pages internally of patch notes, a bit less externally, I guess, for us to read. Later today, you can catch Aaron Action RPG here, talking with the devs about Season 2, whatever. Yeah, makes sense. 24 hours before patch goes live, server maintenance. You can still play offline, of course. Alright, let's check out the actual patch. Table of contents, new factions, or like new features. The woven faction, endgame itemization and crafting. Most of this was already like covered in the blog posts leading up to today. So I might mostly skip over this. You can read us yourself, of course, if you want to, or like check out my videos that I made about the like blog posts leading up to these patch notes. So yeah, it's like a new faction, new maps, new areas, new dungeons, new currencies. You can get many new ways of crafting items that come alongside this mechanic. It's honestly insane, and I think bigger than anything that Season 1 added. It's pretty crazy. And you even have like a Weaver skill tree as well, which is kind of like an Atlas tree from Path of Exile, so like you can modify what happens in your echoes and so on, like your maps basically, your endgame maps. As you can see here. You can also like convert arenas apparently to super arena echoes and stuff like that. Alright. And then, yeah, these are like maps with like, it's also like new mobs, new bosses of course, right? Idle enchanting, crafting, set reforging, stuff that we like talked about, legendary potential rerolling, unique legendary set affix rerolling, swap attribute affixes. You can like switch attunement, strength, int, and dex into each other. Not vitality though. You can craft experimental affixes now on items as a prefix, at least on certain ones, like certain slots. Rune of Havoc, allowing like re-rolling of tiers between your affixes, or like reshuffling rather the tiers of affixes, which means this is the only way you can get like tier 6 or tier 7 set affixes, because they only scale up to tier 5, because they're only craftable and not droppable. This just changes like the exalted affix of an item while keeping all other affixes the same, I believe. This one just like speeds up the woven, like the Weaver's Will progression of items. Eternity cache adjustments. You can now guarantee one affix from your Exalt onto your Legendary. This is huge for SSF in my opinion, especially like when you're rather early into endgame. Or like when you find like a really rare Legendary with like only 1 LP. It's also insanely huge. Then there's like champions, kind of like, well, elites in, or like, what are they called? Like heroes in Grim Dawn, or rare mobs in Path of Exile. But like a bit more unique, because they can drop like affixes that you can only get from these guys and from nothing else. Like affix shards, or like items with those affixes on top. Mono Dungeons updates, blah blah. I mean, yeah, there's like lots of updates. Basically, the game is better now in every single way, in my opinion. Like all of these are good, or well, in the case of dungeons, the dungeons really aren't better but they're giving you like quality of life to make them less tedious. The dungeons themselves aren't really much better. They did like remove some of the blockers though, and they allow you to like skip the dungeon or like respawn in the dungeon at the boss if you're like in softcore and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the thumbnail. I have to switch the thumbnail on YouTube. I'll do that in a sec. Maybe I can do it right now real quick. Let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, all these files are too big. I'll do it later. Okay. General skill changes. Aim and rot. Time rot has been buffed. Like in general, in many different ways actually. How many rips last stream? I think it was like 2 or 3. Evade. Instant cast abilities can now be immediately used during evade as well. That's crazy. That's very nice. Can use abilities after stun effect ends if the player was stunned during the evade. Okay. Wait, was this a bug? I mean, it sounds more like it was a bug before. Movement has been more smoother for the game at more than 60 FPS. Evade is now smoother in online games. Okay, I mean, evade is just like basically bug fixed and smoother than before. Hopefully that's gonna feel good in game. More bug fixes. I don't know like all the intricacies about all of these, so I think we're just gonna skip them and hope it's gonna feel good in game. Okay, Sentinel. The Sentinel class has been updated significantly with an aim of making the class more fun through many skill changes with more powerful and varied through new and updated passives, skill trees, and the rework of Time Rot and some more. So, Fearless in the Sentinel tree grants 5% increased health gen per point from 10%. That sounds like a nerf. What? Let's maybe check out last Epoch tools as well, which I believe is not quite updated yet, but hopefully soon. Okay, Furious is like the node down here that gave you vitality. This one now has less vitality, like health regen. Maybe because of like other changes that made. I mean, health regen overall has been buffed quite significantly, so maybe this was necessary to like not make it completely broken. Added a Forge Guard node, Forge Master's Might, which allows you to equip a shield alongside a two-handed sword, axe, mace, or spear. While you have a two-handed weapon, you deal 20% less damage, have 10% less attack and casting speed, and haste grants block chance instead, which is very interesting. Gachi Blacksmith, just like Forge Guard variant, yeah, I guess. Where that node is gonna end up being, we don't really know yet. I mean, I assume it is past the lock, so it's Forge Guard exclusive. But who knows, maybe it's not, but I'm pretty positive it will be. Hopefully it's like right up the lock though, so you can like play around it like as soon as possible, and you don't have to like wait until like end game to basically use it. But we'll see. Oh, 45 points, it literally says it right here. 45 points. Hang on, let's put some points real quick here, whatever. So 45 points means it's like... that is 25. 20 is like the lock, I think. Like up to here, you can use everything. Or was the lock... Is the lock here or here? I don't quite remember. Oh, I mean, you can just see it here. It's here. So it's like past these skills. Like everything up to here you can use if you're not a Forge Guard. Everything past this lock you can only use if you are a Forge Guard. I mean, I would have wished for it to be like here or here, but it seems like it's a bit deeper into the tree. 45. Oh, it's like literally in the last row. Oh well, I mean, it's still cool, I guess. I mean, the node itself is definitely like still just as cool, but it's super deep into the tree, like literally at the very end. Need like 20 and 45. This is like level... And you get some extra skill points on top, but this is like, what, level 50, level 60? Oh well. I mean, considering max level is 100, this is still okay, I guess. But that also means like you have to rush it, right? If you really want to go here, you would have to like go to 50 only Forge Guard nodes. But I mean, you might want to get like Symbols of Hope or like Volatile Reversal as well before that, so it's gonna delay it even further. But it's like a nice endgame thing to look forward for when you're Forge Guard. Is that the only change to Forge Guard? What? I mean, skills have more changes now. Leech tree? Do you have the new tree? Paladin passive tree. The first mastery bonus grants 1.5% more damage per 10% remaining health from granting... does this just multiplicative more damage now? That's the truth, my link. Wait, did they update it right now? Maybe I have to... Yours is 1.2. Oh yeah, it is now. It literally happened like 2 minutes ago, I guess. Yep. I opened this like 3 minutes ago, something like that, and it didn't work yet. But now it's here. Okay, so Forge Guard for us, this might is up here. And there we go. Who was breaking NDA? Huh? This side? When? It lifts at midnight? Whatever. I mean, patch notes are out, man, like, come on. Why would you do patch notes now and give like another 5 hours until like people can use the patch notes in the tooler? Like that makes no sense. I mean, I didn't sign anything, yeah. Stalling? I mean, why? Makes no sense. I mean, Dammit is a reasonable person usually, and I'm pretty sure he, like any other reasonable person, thought once the patch notes are out, he can also put this out because it's, you know, like, fine. Compare the trees. I don't have... Wait, I think I fucked up and I don't have the old one anymore. I already closed the old one. Yeah, I should have... That was a blunder. Big blunder right now. I did just close the old one. Yikes. We could have, as you said, like, actually compared them properly. But I mean, they document all of their changes, right? Or is this like a bad patch note? Can you just change like the... No, you can't. You can't like manually change this game version here. At least not to my knowledge. Maybe you can. But... I'm gonna assume they write all of the changes here, like they should. To be fair, the Forge Guard nodes, they were like changed quite significantly, like in some updates in between, so... No, it's like... Whenever you reload it now, you always load into 1.2. So giving the same link doesn't do it. And when I click on the link, it always like gets reloaded for me. So whatever you have, you can like cherish it forever in your browser, I guess. Honor is renamed to Honor. Okay. They went from British English to American. Ellie, good now. I mean, this patch is massive and massively W's across the board, I would say. Like, it's really fucking good, I think. Overall, compared to what they had before. So, let's see. So we got Ignite Chance, Fire Pen for Ignites, Ignite Paladin is... That's like huge for caster as well, right? Not just melee, but also... Does this meter like double ignites when you're playing something like Warpath? Like you can ignite from the melee hit, of course, and then like all the balls that you proc and so on. This will like stack ignite like crazy. Divine Bolt is on a 4-point node from 1 and grants 25% chance to cast a Divine Bolt on melee hit per point, up to twice per second from 20% chance of melee hit, no limit. That's how they're balancing it, I guess, okay. So you only get like 1 every 2 seconds, twice per second, like 2 per second basically, that's it, max. I think with this you could get like more before. Like if you were playing Warpath at least. This makes it better for like non-Warpath setups though. 3-point threshold bonus that grants additional Divine Bolt projectile. Okay, cool. Weather grants 12 HP from 15, that's a nerf obviously. But now also grants 2% endurance point, which... It's this one, right? I mean, the endurance is really good though, 20% endurance. Like, HP wise it is a nerf, but it's still a crazy good node. Holy Symbol, in addition to healing you know, grants you 5 ward per second per point for 3 seconds. Scaling with you, increasing healing effectiveness. Okay. That's also good. Blinding. I mean, not as good as Weather though. It's on block only. You can play 2-unit Forge Guard and then use like Holy Symbol on top, right? Obviously. And you would always like put 3 points here. If you're playing any shield build, to be fair. For the block chance, the flat block chance. Just 5%. Wait, this has like 5% DR by default now? Crazy. One of the big dogs is Doubt Micro, Quinn are gonna play Ellie. Zizaran is gonna 100% play Ellie. DM and Quinn? I don't know. Maybe. Heaven Fire is now called Heaven's Bulwark. It is now a 5-point threshold. It has a 5-point threshold bonus that grants 30% reduced bonus damage taken from crits. Heaven Fire. So shield. Or like more specifically spell shield. Oh. Raya's Strength now grants 1% fire rest shred per chance. Chance per 2 points of strength. Strength fire rest shred. Interesting. The expansion's worth it. The supporter pack's worth it. I don't know, maybe there's a worth it this time if you think the patch is good. I think it's pretty good. Shared Divinity is now a 6-point node that grants 10% more Divine Bolt chance per point. Dude, why do they make like so many paladin changes? I was gonna play Forge Guard Avoid Knight for sure, but now I see all these paladin changes, I'm like, this also looks very interesting. I mean, luckily for us, I didn't like this feature at first, but maybe it's good that they allow us to change your class now, like your mastery. Prayer has been removed and been replaced with Force of Devotion. Wait. This was just like healing effectiveness and something like that in the past, right? Was it HP and... I think it was like HP and healing effective. Wait, it was the same as this almost. Wait, are there still builds? Hang on, if I check out builds... from 117. All the builds belong to medley. I mean, yeah, apart from that part. Oh yeah, if we go into build section, check out like 117 builds. That will still like show you the old values. Nice. Ah shit, where am I going? Like if I go to build guides and then search for like, I don't know, Forge Guard for example. Or Paladin maybe. Paladin had more changes. Actually, I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? I can look at the notes here too. Prayer was increased damage and healing effectiveness, yeah. Also, Piety is gone. Instead, we have this Piety now, which is Lightning Pen and Lightning Res. Wait, what? Holy. They also changed this one, Dedication. Oh, Alignment was healing effectiveness before. And now it's... Wait, no, it was Dedication before, which was Attunement and Energy Regen. And now it's Alignment, which is just healing effectiveness. But it's 15% per point. All the fun. That is kinda crazy for like healing effectiveness stackers, isn't it? Yeah, Force of Devotion is like throwing stuff. Damage, Frailty, and Armor Shred. Piety is the Lightning Pen and Lightning Res per point. And more damage to electrified enemies. Alignment has been swapped to Dedication, which is kind of like old Prayer, but more focused on healing effect. Dedication has swapped places with Alignment and now grants 1% max mana per point. Wait. Oh, these just like switch around. Right. I see. So there is still Dedication, but it's now a Paladin exclusive. Attunement and increased mana. You can no longer get this on like another class. Like for example, Forge Guard. Like this build uses it as a Forge Guard apparently. Maybe this was like some kind of attunement stacker build. Sanctuary Guardian grants 3% increased casting speed with a shield equipped per point from 2+2 spell damage with a shield. It also has a 5-point threshold bonus that grants 15% to all res with a shield equipped. Wait, where's all the spell damage then? Cast speed with a shield, armor with a shield. All res with a shield 15%. That's pretty tanky. Sword of Raya grants 20% melee ignite chance per point from 15% if you have cast a spell recently. Additionally, it has a 5-point bonus that causes all of your current ignite stacks on enemy to deal 50% more damage when you activate Holy Aura. Oh yeah, that's kinda crazy. They buffed Maelstrom. Nice. You're gonna go Summon Bear, Swipe, Strength Stacking, Ethereal's Blessing, Frenzy Totem, Warcraft probably. Nice. Sounds good. Faith Armor grants 8% increased armor per point from 5% and 2 health regen per point from 5% crit avoidance. Additionally, it has a 5-point threshold bonus that grants 2% increased health regen per attunement. So, no longer crit avoidance. There's 0 crit avoidance pardon now. Right. Oh. Maybe there's critical, strike, avoid. Yeah, no, there's none. Interesting. Someone will finally fixed. Let's go. Shield wall now is a 4-point node from 1. It grants 2% block chance per point from 4% and 4 health on block per point from 10. As well as 5% less stun duration on you per point. But as a less punishing downside than before, it gives you 30% less dodge chance from you cannot dodge. Okay. And you can get 8% block chance, right? Like, that is still... Predator still has the best block in the game, right? Wait. What is this? This is just 3%. Doubled less damage taken with 50% block chance. What does it even mean? Doubled less... Okay, I mean, you have like less damage taken here, like 5%, right? Oh, it's double. You have 10% if you have at least 50% block chance, what it means, basically. Okay. I see. Does Forge Guard like still rely on the Ring of Shields to like give you a block chance as well? It's a fucking minion skill, right? Oh my god. Block depends on the effectiveness, yeah. I mean, it's still good in this game, but it doesn't fully block like in Theory. Is there a way to make your Ring of Shield like not die, but like do nothing except for just buff you? Oh wait, no, it's just if you have casted recently. You don't actually have to have them alive, right? It's just about casting them recently. That's not too bad. Lasts 4 seconds. What's the cooldown? 15 seconds. Oh wait, this is not reliable. Huh. Holy Precision grants 10% increased crit chance per point and 5% crit multi per point. Instead of spell and throwing crit, it's just generic crit. From 10% lightning crit multi. Okay. But lightning gets piety, so it's fine. Penance now has a 5-point threshold that grants 1% bleed duration per 20 endurance threshold. Is Paladin still also the best bleed class? What is Forge Guard supposed to be good at, actually? Dr. Sweato, welcome. I mean, the Forge Master's Knight might know. It looks pretty cool though, like being able to equip a 2-hander with a shield is gonna be really good. Forging, like crafting items. I mean, okay, Forge Masters might be still like really good, though, I have to say. Just play Rive with the shield. Two-handed Rive, yeah. Just play Rive. It all comes down to just playing Rive in the end anyway. 50% block chance though, that's what we need to get to. And this thing is also still good, right? Like the damage over time taken. Liquid Iron is really good as well. 10% DR here, you have like Void and Fizz DR here as well now. For all classes actually. I thought it's gonna be like Void Knight exclusive, but guess not. We're gonna check out Void Knight modes more in detail in a second here then. Righteous Firebrand, now it's a 5-point node from 7, the grants 2% increase in melee attack speed per point and 1% fire pen per 100% increased healing effectiveness per point. Is the attack speed also healing effectiveness based? No, only the fire pen. Okay, that's good. Interesting. What was it before? Melee fire damage and reset spell cast. Oh, that thing. Right. Wait, how's this? Oh, this is 0.9 F? What? How did I choose that one on Excellent? And there's only one Forge Guard build post-release. Okay, but it was still the same, right? They didn't change this. Yeah. There's so many more skills here now. Okay, interesting. Prey Age is now 8-point node from 12. It grants 15 health point from 12. And 5 endurance threshold per point from 6. Additionally, it now has a 5-point threshold bonus that grants 7 endurance threshold per 2 attunement. Huh. That's potentially insane. To be fair, this was not the best node in the past, I have to say. So let me like blow my nose real quick. Judgment of the Storm. Can you survive my storms? Where is it? This one right here. Shock chance, lightning rust, shred chance, electrify chance. Okay, lightning javelin, peladum. Here we go, eh? If you play lightning javelin build, right? Spears in this game are only two-handed. So if you go like deep into peladum, you can't play a shield, right? If I remember correctly. Sigils auto-generate, yeah, they do. Hang on, wait, you don't need a spear, right? Melee damage from the spear applies to javelin as added throwing damage percent of its normal value. Like you can play a javelin, I mean you can play a spear, it obviously gives you more damage, but you don't have to. Can you play physical spam spear even? The base damage is physical, right? Yeah, and then lightning is this stuff here. Obviously all the lightning stuff is pretty much spread only. But maybe you can like just play physical. I gotta check the stuff they did for the spear. I'm pretty sure they buffed like flat damage spear, but not sure how exactly. Divine Essence node has been reworked to grant +1 attunement per point and a 10% chance to per point to gain Divine Essence each second while at high HP. Each stack grants 10 seconds, lasts 10 seconds, granting 50% increased armor and healing effect and reduces damage over time taken by 5%. It has a maximum of 3 stacks. Okay, that is... which? Divine Essence. Oh yeah, right, this was like a 2-pointer in the past, I think. Or like a 1-pointer. Divine Intervention is removed, right? This was just a weird like softcore thing. Pretty sure they removed that. But now it like gives you 1 attunement. Divine Essence chance per second on high health. Wait, you just have this, right? It's like, as long as you put enough points in here, you have 50% dot DR, 45 increased armor, 45 healing effectiveness. For like, you maybe need like what, 3 points? If you're a attunement stacker, you can like get 5 points for the attunement. What? Isn't that insane? It was already good in the past. Gave you like 10% increased armor healing effectiveness. It has like stun duration reduction by 10% as well. But now it's the same, but you also get like 15% dot reduction. And what? 5%? What? This is crazy good now, isn't it? And it's not like a chance to use it on heal, but it's like you just get it without healing. I mean, to be fair, you could have like 3 really easily here as well, as long as you like had some healing hands shenanigans going on and stuff like that. Bruh, Divine Essence is like insane. Added 5-point node called Covenant of Light that grants 4% increase effect per point to holy aura and symbols of hope. Okay. %. 20%. Where's holy aura? What do you get on this again? I mean, okay, say you get... I can't spec this here. And it's like 1% attack speed. Or 2% ignite chance. Or 10% fire damage. Or 5% elemental rest. No. Yeah, like 5% elemental rest. 3% endurance. Yeah, 3% ignore chance. Wait, it was like 20%, right? That's what I said. Yeah, 4% per point. I mean, it does. I think it is good. Because, like, once you have both nodes, like, both skills with, like, 20 points each. It's gotta be good, right? Like, what does this do again? Gives you flat fire damage, increased health regen. And then you got like flat fire damage here, for example, or flat void damage. And regen. There was like some healing max symbols. There was some block stuff as well, I think. Wait. Oh no, it was like it used to be block chance, but it's. Wait, it is the block chance. Yeah. 3 symbols. Oops. This is 1 to 6 points for that. And you just take this for free. How often do you generate this? Every 2 seconds. Oh, the CDR is now for the active, or what? I mean, it always was for the active, but now it's not for the generation, but for the ward stuff. How long do they last? They just last forever now, or what? What? It's just like 5 symbols up forever. It's like free 15% block chance. Less damage taken per symbol for 3 seconds. Where's the other insane node again? This one, Divine Essence. This is also 15% DR. And then... oh yeah, this one gives you... you would go like from 10% down to 5 if you activate it, I think, most of the time. Alright, let's read the last passives from the Sentinel, from Paladin. Redemption, last deadline, no ground, 7% increased damage over time point. Over time from per point dependence buff. What? Per point from dependence buff? What? What do they mean? Redemption. Damage over time, increased damage. Oh, it's only on over time now. Yeah, okay. Added the new 7-point Apex node behind Covenant of Light, called Covenant of Dominion, that grants 8% increased physical fire lightning damage per point, as well as 1% increased movement speed per point. Additionally, it causes your Holy Aura to grant 5% increased mana regen. Oh, hang on, doesn't Paladin already have, like, movement speed here? Wait, no. It didn't. Light of Raya had movement speed. Also, they actually nerfed the movement speed. Covenant of Dominion. Instead of Light of Raya. No, yeah, Light of Raya was really fucking good. So this is Light of Raya at home. Except it did get physical damage now as well. Not just fire and lightning. Okay. 5-point bonus, more mana regen basically. Okay. And then the other new node is Covenant of Protection, increased armor mitigation, applies to damage over time, 2% per point. You can put 7 points? What? This stuff is crazy, man. Sword of Raya, melee ignite chance, more ignite damage. The Paladin seems absolutely cracked now. Wasn't Paladin already like good in the past? What? That's insane. Okay, but you can't use a two-hander on a Paladin when you use a shield. The Sentinel is gonna be so much fun, for sure. So many things you can build with this class that are all gonna be viable, probably in one way or another. Not like PoE2. Scatter, welcome on. Too bad you can't play Healing Hands Raya with shield. I mean, you can with a one-hander. I mean, you can also do it with a two-hander as Forge Guard. What do you mean? Of course you can. You can play Healing Hands Raya with a shield. Two-handed even with Forge Guard. What do you mean? But actually, it's not that good, right? Like, two-handers aren't that fast attacking. And you have even less attack speed, right? What attack do you even play? You have to play some kind of big bonk, right? Hold on, do you play like fire converted Void Cleave and stuff like that? Oh, also is Forge Strike like finally a skill? Huh. Big bonk. We can play big bonk, guys. Alright, Void Knight. Temporal Corruption no longer converts Smite to Void. This effect is now available in Smite's skill tree itself. Okay. I kinda liked it being in Void Knight, honestly. Why did you remove it there? What? Oh, these are connected now. The Warring Blade and Word Eater. I mean, okay, you have to like put 1 point here, and it's like a small nerf to Word Eater. The Warring Blade now grants 5% increased damage per point from 10% increased damage for 4 seconds if you have killed an enemy recently. Okay, I mean that's a buff though, actually, and 0.1% leech per point. These effects are doubled if you have killed any enemy recently. Okay. Word Eater requires 1 point Devouring Blade, grants 0.5% of melee and void damage. Leech per point from 1%. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense this one got nerfed, actually. It was really fucking good. Additionally, now it has a 5-point threshold bonus. that grants 20% increased health leech rate. I mean, that's good though. So it leeches less but faster. So the leech per second, I guess, is the same. It's just like a shorter duration. Abyssal endurance. I mean, this... Ultimately, this is better, actually. Right? You're gonna do Warpath Void Knight. Like this, the only skill that didn't get any changes. You're gonna play the only skill that is not updated. I mean, it's probably still gonna be good. Zoro, Abyssal Endurance now has a 5-point threshold bonus that grants 5% less void and physical damage taken. I mean, yeah, this is gonna be like a must pick on every single Sentinel. It's... You already picked this anyway on every Sentinel, and now you definitely will. I mean... I would play Rive again. Maybe. Temporal Corruption no longer has Might Conversion, blah, blah, blah. Wait. Why is this twice here? Hold on. Sorrow and Steel now grants 8% increased melee damage per point from 7% increased void and physical damage. So it's melee now. Additionally, it has a 5-point threshold bonus that grants 25% area to melee skills. That's pretty cool, actually. Where's Sorrow and Steel? Hello? Here. 25% area. Holy, that's great for Warpath, actually. Sorrow and Steel Warpath stonks. And it's also nice for Void Cleave, Rive, unironically. Yeah. Void Blades grant +3 melee void damage from +2. I mean, okay, just straight up buff for like no reason, but cool. Wait. This already did that. They're lying. That's not a buff. It's literally the same as before. This was a buff like maybe 10 years ago. Not anymore. Full-on forged weapon with Sunforge should be fantastic now that you can ditch the hammer and use a real weapon to get a 3-set bonus. Probably, yeah. I mean, I personally hate any kind of pets, and forged weapons are pets, but that sounds really nice, yeah. Maybe it was bugged. Maybe. Void Corruption is now an 8-point node that grants... like, the funny thing is, apparently I think like the tooltips are not directly connected to what the skills actually do. Like, they have to update their tables where the actual stuff is and the tooltip on top. Like in Grim Dawn, for example, if you do it, like it automatically gets... like it's being referenced properly. But in LE, at least there was like some instance where it wasn't referenced properly. And I don't know why you set it up to not be referenced. It just makes like no sense. Maybe they wrote the wrong passive node. No, Temporal Corruption is still +2. And this is +3. And this is also still +3. I don't know, this seems like, I don't know what is written here. Void Corruption is not an 8-point node that grants 10% increased crit chance per point and, wait, 80% crit chance. And 8% crit, 1% crit multi per point in the Void Knight 3, and now a 5... Oh, the crit multi is a 5-point threshold bonus. Okay, hang on. Void Corruption. Which one is that again? This one. Oh yeah, this was 1 point before only. I mean, the crit multi part got nerfed, but I believe... 10% crit chance per point, good enough as a... I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's not that bad. Didn't get a nerf. I mean, it needs 5 points instead of 1 point. The value is the same, yeah. Dark Maw now also grants the % increased health per point. That's I mean, it was useless before, so. It's a good node now. It's the same as Reverence of Duality. And Reverence of Duality is like obviously better because it gives you like so many other things on top. But it's also deeper in the tree. The health on Could Absorb is it's a soft core mechanic. Kinda cool, kinda thematic, I guess. Where are we? Void Bolts are now called Void Waves. I was not getting confused with the Void Bolt sub-ability. It grants +3 of throwing Void and 10% increased spell damage instead of +2 flat spell Void. Wait, that's like a nerf. That is actually a nerf, I think. I mean, here it's correct, like it was 2 per point before and now it's 3 for throwing. What is this good for? Like, hammer, shield throw, javelin. Can you play Void javelin? And with the echo stuff, maybe? Wait, do you echo? Yeah, you can echo throwing attacks as well. Yeah, like you can echo everything, right? Yeah. They're gonna do Devouring Auto Orb Bomber. That should be good for sure. Future Strike has been removed, Void Flux has been removed. Hang on, there was that again. Oh yeah, this thing here. Yeah, I mean, the Void Flux and the Divine Intervention, they're kind of like gimmick skills, I guess, but not really like proper skills, I feel like. Added a new 10-point node in Future Strike's place that grants 7% increased spell damage and 3% increased area for area spells. Additionally, it has an 8-point threshold node that grants episode echoes 50% additional chance to echo. Chaotic Reverb. Okay, that's cool. You can use this on like a paladin, for example, as well for ignite stuff, I guess. Can't you? But actually, I mean, you can't echo if you're not a Void Knight. So, you actually can't. Could still pick it for just the spell damage and area, maybe, though. Yeah. Like, that's not too bad, actually. You also have the Unending Hunger node. Where's Unending Hunger even referenced? Oh yeah, here. This was up here before. Dark Maw, health absorption plus 1 per point. Now it's health leech, increased leech rate. Wait, even more increased leech rate? Holy shit, dude. You have like 70% increased leech rate now? What? That's insane. Banality is still kinda trash, right? I don't know. Kill threshold, yeah. Doom Knight has 5% more armor now. Also grants 1 more HP. But more is multiplicative, isn't it? I should open up like a third one for a Void Knight. I mean, that's pretty good. Finality grants 8% increased melee void damage from 5%. I mean, okay, that is better than before. I don't know. People that like Cull are gonna pick it, I guess, but it's like still not good, I think, in my opinion. Patient Doom is now a 6-point node from 5 that grants 8% increased void damage over time per point from 30% increased damage on next attack every 30 seconds. And 5% reduced bonus damage taken from crits per point. Oh, the crit avoidance is on Void Knight now instead of Paladin. Wait, what the fuck happened? Hello? Why did I jump up? Yeah, somewhere here, right? Patient Doom, there we go. Patient Doom. I mean, that is a node that everybody can pick, but that is pretty deep already. Also, it didn't exist before. Damn, void damage over time. It's like for time rot scaling and stuff like that. Rot Ripples now also grants... Wait. They say Patient Doom was a 5-point node before. 5-point node before. Oh, it was over here. Ah, it was completely different. Yeah, I mean, it's... There's nothing in common with the old skill apart from the name. Rot Ripples now also grants 10% time rot chance per point. Additionally, it has a 5-point threshold bonus that grants with a 5% increased time rot duration. Okay. 5 and 17%.
Good, you're back.
Rot spread on kill.
I forgot to use my prime zop. Rekt Blumsli direkt, 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 Blumsli direkt.
Time rot in Afflict lasts longer. This makes, hold on, this makes, I mean, even if you're not scaling this, right, it makes it so much easier to stack it up as a multiplicator for, like, Erasing Strike and so on. Time Rot Erasing Strike is, like, there's so many things buffing Time Rot Erasing Strikes by so much, I feel like. It's crazy. Thanks for resub, Ground Zero. Thanks, Hans. Really enjoy Rive, to be honest. I mean, yeah, Rive is a cool skill, right? Rive is great. I also love Rive. Let's sort these properly. Void Knight, Paladin. Wait, why is this a fucking... parameters now? How did it reset? What the fuck? Null velocity has been reworked to temporal velocity and is an 8-point node. It grants +1 per vitality per point and 3% CDR per point. That is 24% CDR, what the hell? Additionally, it has a 5-point threshold bonus that causes your devouring orb to immediately cast a void rift on direct use.
Good, you're back.
I also forgot to use my prime sub.track Bloomsly direct 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 Bloomsly.
Just getting confused by no space, man. Thanks for the reset, Mr. Rapples. How you doing? 11 months already. Holy moly. Hello? Right. Wait. This was this garbage before. When you use an ability that reduces your mana below 0, you grant a taste for a duration. They remove this garbage node. And instead you get Vitality node with CDR and Devouring Orb. Holy shit, that's insane. This is such an insane node. Compared to a non-existent node before, basically. Oh, but they removed Eternal Form. Oof. No, Eternal Form is here, deeper in the tree. Wait, no. The Eternal Form is deeper in the tree. But it's still the same, right? It's... Okay, no, we're saved. They removed Void Ages. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of bad anyway, I think, personally. Dude, I mean, this node is why Auto Bomber Void Knight is back, right? It's fucking back. You pick up Fearless, you pick like this, you pick this. And you really have like what, 26 vitality from just simply playing the class? This is insane. And I mean, the skill is like, Orb is way stronger as well than it was before. Whoa, it's now an 8-point node from 12 and grants 2% physical void pen per point, but no longer grants 7% increased melee damage, increased void damage, and armor for 4 seconds on kill. But additionally, it has now a 5-point threshold bonus that grants 50% frailty and slow chance. Whoa.
Good, you're back.
Recta im recta im recta im recta im recta im rect fails blow.
HMM. It's like H&M, but HMM. Thanks for the resub, Joshi Shade. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so fuck the on-kill stuff. Like, that's garbage. Thank you for removing that. EHG, I love you. This was a terrible node before, and now it's good. Now it's pen is insane. Frailty chance 50%. Like, what the hell, man? How do you apply this? It's like apply by everything, right? It's not like melee or range. It's just apply by everything. What? This is insane. So many insane nodes now. Rod Grip has switched places with Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so Rot Grip and Woe. I mean, I don't know why they switched these two. Like, they were literally on the same level. Like, what? Why did they put... Like, why did they switch these two? Huh? They're like... It's literally the same. It's such an unnecessary change, but okay. I guess they wanted to have, like, the Time Rot stuff in the top. Time Rot. Yeah, like, all the Time Rot stuff is, like, in the top side of the tree, maybe. That's why they did that. I mean, okay. My OCD approves. 6% time or chance per point from 10%, so less. Additionally, each point grants 0.2% more time rot damage per point per 1% global slow chance rather. I mean, if you have 50% from Woe, 0.4% more time rot damage per point per 1% global time rot chance at void skills, and 0.2% more time rot damage per point per 1% increased melee damage, throwing, or casting speed. Whichever is lowest though. Max 5 points. It is, it's very nice. The music. Renouncement is now an 8-point node from 5 that grants 3% increased cast speed per point and a 5% chance per point to cast a void beam on direct smite casts. Up to 2 points, 2 times per second. Wait, you can just play like smite auto bomber, right? Like auto bomber and then like smite is your actual attack skill. And you get like void beams on top now. What the fuck? And they also look really cool now. That's insane. Additionally, the previous smite skills with vitality instead of attunement smite has been moved to a 5-point threshold bonus. Okay. I mean, that seems... What is the renouncement? This one, right? I mean, that seems very unnecessary, honestly. Oh wait. We don't have more vitality than before. We have 5 here and 10 here. 8 here and 10. Okay, it's 3 more than before, but renouncement actually lost the vitality. And obviously it's a must-have, but obviously you need to put 5 points. And in the past you did put 5 points there as well eventually because of the vitality. And now you always put 5, and you have like 25% chance void beam and 15% cast speed. But you can put 8 points for 40% void beam chance and 24% cast speed, which is probably what you want to do eventually. Maybe not right away, but eventually. Holy shit, dude. But Time Rot is like a different build, right? Oh, sorry. Like if you play like pure, just spell damage auto bomber, you don't play Time Rot. I think. There might be some like Time Rot variants. Where you sacrifice some like flat damage for dot. Or you play like skills that have like Time Rot synergy. Like this one right here. Erasing Strike. Wait. Did they change that too? Fuck. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. It was Cleave. No? Wait, wasn't there like something that dealt like insane damage per Time Rot stacks? Did they change that? Have I been talking shit all the time? No, here. Melee damage versus 12 stacks of Time Rot. I'm just blind. Yeah, melee damage versus 12 stacks of Time Rot. Like just like doubles your damage if you hit something with 12 stacks of Time Rot. And it's now a lot easier to like get to 12 stacks. Also they connected this for some reason. I guess. Why not? Warpath as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What else do you do with Time Rod? Time Rod on hit. Oh yeah, this just like gave you passive Time Rod chance on hit, right? As well. Devouring Orb lasts longer and has a chance to inflict Time Rod on enemies each second inside of its area of effect. Void Rift deals more hit damage to Time Rotting enemies. Okay, I mean, interesting, that's for sure. Essence of the End grants 4% chance per point to gain a Void Essence on kill from 4%, and 4% chance to gain a Void Essence from hitting a boss or rare enemy. You can gain 1 Void Essence every 4 seconds this way. Additionally, Void Essences now grant 50% more Void melee damage and 15% reduced stun duration on you from 50%. Is this gonna become like mandatory now? I kinda liked not having to play that. But more damage instead of increased? %9 more damage. You cannot gain more than 1 every 4 seconds. And they last 8 seconds. Wait, what? So like every time you get a third, the first one expires, so you basically only have 2? Most of the time? No. You have a chance to gain a Void Essence when Devouring Orb expires. But how do I look at the Void Essence? What button was it again? Alt? Control? Shift? Z? Wait, is it? It's more void damage and more melee damage? Isn't that like double dipping for melee void? What? That's stupid. Okay, but this last line, you have a maximum of 3 voice essences as one, and you cannot gain more than 1 every 4 seconds. Is that only for those gained through Essence of the End? Or is it for all of them? Because it kind of sounds like for all of them. This one still has the old wording, by the way. This is the new planner, right? This is 1.2, but the wording of Void Essence in Erasing Strike still has the old wording. Like if you press Z here, right, then you see the actual new values, but in the flavor text here, it's still the old stuff. And there's always been some like hybrid melee spell Erasing Strike builds where you do like both. That always existed, and this seems more stuff like that. Seems like more stuff like that. Also, yeah, you could like use them to refund mana and stuff, right? To gain like all the mana for Erasing Strike. Okay, but like how do you get those? You say via Devouring Orb, but like Devouring Orb has like also mana cost. Like if you get them from this... Or is there a way to get Devouring Orbs without mana? You just stack 1k mana. Well, I guess, yeah. Then like the percentage is better that you get back than like the flat that you invest. Makes sense. Yeah, so that's how you play that on last patch as well. Puts the Warring Orb on cooldown. Yeah, but like what cooldown? Like 1 second, 5 minutes, 4 seconds. Right. Wait, but like by default it doesn't have a cooldown, right? It shows 4-second cooldown here, but that's kind of weird. Anyway, Void Aegis is attached to essences now. If you take a hit that deals at least 25% of your max health as damage, consume a Void Essence to gain Void Aegis for 4 seconds, which grants a portion of your max HP gained as Endurance Threshold. I mean, that's better than the other thing which like broke after taking 100 damage. But it's only 15% for 5 points? Like, what? It's still bad, yeah, I agree. Less damage taken from time-rotting enemies. Oh, I guess this is a reason why you want like at least some time rot all the time on every one build pretty much. This effect is doubled if you have less than 30% block chance. Hold on, it's just 20% more damage? If you have no shield? That's fucking crazy. It doesn't double the DR, right? It only doubles the damage, yeah. It's way better than this one, which was just increased. Yeah, this is new singular purpose, now a 5-point node from 4, grants more void damage per point, blah blah blah. Wait, isn't it more melee void? No, it's actually all kind of damage. Okay, it's more void damage in general. I mean, you could still play a shield, right? Like Carapace shield. Harden. This one has too much block chance. I mean, you can also just like get only 10% more damage. I guess that's fine too. You need 1 point here, right? Like if you play spell stuff, like if you play shield spell. Hold on, let's see here. Like the flat 30 spell damage is still insane, isn't it? I mean, yeah, you get flat from that, but I mean, this is 20. It's 20 points for 30 flat, right? Obviously, you want like all the vitality stuff first. That is true. Okay, let's actually like look at stuff here. Do you want the 8% increase? Do you want this? I mean, like, let's get like 5 points here. You're playing like hit base at least. Obviously, you want this if you're playing smite. You also have to play the echo stuff, right? Yeah, it might be like really hard to go to the stuff now. But let's read first, right? Let's finish reading real quick. Future Mind is now an 8-point node from 10. It grants 4% increased mana regen per point from 2%. Additionally, it has 5-point threshold bonus and grants 14 mana whenever an ability echoes. This effect is at 8-second cooldown. Echoing strikes now grant 4% time rot chance per point. Additionally, it has a 4-point threshold bonus that grants 50% time rot chance for your echoed abilities. The fuck happened here? This was just echo chance, and now it's echo and time rot chance. Holy, this is crazy now. You need 4 points for the echo time rot chance as well. It's like 1 more than before. Time Legion is actually the same, right? Right now. Attacks with 3%, echo chance 1%. Okay, they removed the time rot chance from here to here. Making it... It also increased it. I think they reduced Time Rod chance and Rod Grip, yeah. Ultimately, this means it's easier to get Time Rod for spares as well, mostly. Shit. Yeah, I mean, even as a spellcaster, you can like get Our Tower of Regret. I mean, you don't get the speed here, but wait, where was the like whichever is lowest? Time Rod damage per attack or cast speed, whichever is lowest. Wait, it should be attack, throwing, or cast speed, right? Not just attack and cast speed. Man, like who knows, man? It says attack speed, throwing, and cast speed here, and here it's only attack and cast speed. What? So this basically is like 1% multiplicative, or no, like 0.2% more damage for Time Rod. And Echo chance on top. Yeah, they are often, that's true. And you want this as well. You need 5 points here. You gain Mortal Cleave when you hit an enemy that is on low health below 35%. Mortal Cleave grants you more hit damage for 8 seconds. That's a new skill as well, isn't it? So this is good. Void Ages, I think, still trash. Probably. Dread, renamed to Dread form, now has a 5-point threshold bonus that grants 50% reduced slow and chill effect on you. It's pretty good. Time Legion has a 3% increased throwing attack speed per point, but no longer grants Time Rod chance. Yes, okay. Added a new point node called Abyssal Fluctuation that grants 10% of elemental damage taken as void per point, but you take 4% less void damage per point. Wait, what the fuck? This is insane. What? 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 You don't even need to gear res for like code, like for anything. You just need void res. And oh yeah, that's necrotic too, actually. I mean, you get fire res for free in Juggernaut already. Do you need this if you're playing Smite? Time and Faith? Maybe, right? Armor Chad. Vengeance Gamer here. There's so many good things, like it's kind of crazy. Like, you're right, like Void Knight 3 is so stacked. You don't even want any of this other stuff anymore, I think. Like, this is actually insane. At least when you're playing Voidcaster. Kevin's Bulwark used to be good, but I don't know. .200 melee. I don't know, Caster seems so comfy as well. Mortal Cleave is flat crit, is it? Yeah, I mean, you have the multi here. Huh. Okay, what the fuck do you even pick? This Abyssal Fluctuation, Mortal Cleave. Avatar grants 10% increased armor. Void Well's description has been corrected to state consumes 3 void instances. Okay. Holy fuck, it's so many changes, I love it. But okay, let's try. Let's try. If you play a caster, right? If you play the caster. How does this work again? You need like 22 for the crit nodes, right? And you also want like Blinding Flash on top. You need many skill points here. Atonement you could like maybe remove like 1 or 2 at some point. Minimum +6. Yeah, like this, not like 3 more here, 3 more here, right? Yeah. You don't need the base crit? Do you get enough from something else? Maybe. Okay, what else do we have? I mean, the Warring Orb obviously is a must-have for sure. You deal more global void damage. Okay, that's just stupid. This is just so stupid, man. Okay, I mean, you're not double dipping on this if you're playing caster, but it's probably still good. And then you obviously need the auto cast because you don't want to actually cast this. That's kind of like how you played it in the past, right? You also use this, and then I don't know if the collision damage is worth it. Maybe it is, maybe not. Do you need the void rifts on this setup? I'm pretty sure you didn't need them if it's still like the same setup. When did they cast this? When did they pulsate? Wait, they used to only do void rifts if something dies in the past. Don't they also use it now when something else happens? Didn't they change something about this so like void rifts are actually better? Is it when you cast it? It's when you cast it directly, right? It uses a void rift instantly. What was it again? Fuck, I need to check where it is, what it is. Also, give me one sec. Thanks of Ostakarn coming tomorrow, hooray! Give me one sec. I'm gonna do my flippin' thumbnail real quick for YouTube. Give me a sec. Oh my god, it's GIMP crashing. Holy shit. Come on. Oh, what the fuck happened? Okay, let's do it the other way around then. Any second now. Alright, there we go. Easy splash art for the flippin' stream thumbnail. Stream, YouTube, season 2. Hopefully this is not too flippin' big now. Imagine season launch. I'm imagining. Is it still too big? The file size, yikes. And how big is this? It is too big. Let's cut it like in half then. Hey, it works. Okay, cool. Hey, it works. Okay, back to Ali. Theorycrafting. Gimp despair. I mean, it's okay. I don't mind Gimp that much. By the way, is Anomaly still broken? They fixed all the other stuff, right? But like Anomaly is still insane. Because they didn't change it. Alright, the crit chance is down here. And 3D CDR, it's just free everything. What about volatile reversal? What does it do now? Let's look at it. A combo ability that jumps forwards in time to target location and performs a melee attack on the rival. Recast within 3 seconds to jump backwards in time on your original location and perform a melee attack on the rival. This is not Rive, what's happening? Yeah, I know, I'm kind of sick, I guess. Let's see. So, VR deals more damage. Jumps forward but adds more cooldown. Hits have a chance to slow enemies. More damage per slack of slowed enemy.
Good, you're back.
Sleepy Rect is sleepy.
Yo, just for fun. Hello, hello. I wonder why. Wrecked by too many monkeys. Reclaimed action when you travel at least 4 meters by jumping through the time. Your direct melee attack or spell is guaranteed to echo if it's able to. More damage in larger area. Void essence chance. Oh. But so it's 100% chance, I guess. Yeah, but like, how about another 14-hour Purity stream? Yeah, maybe next year. But this is shit for generation, right? Like, it's a 6-second cooldown, man. Maybe it's less. Void Essence gives you 3% more Void and more melee damage. And you can have 3 stacks active. But duration is only 8 seconds, so you need to... generate 1 stack like every what? Every 3 seconds? Ish. Every 2.5 seconds, ideally. And you get CDR from Anomaly, of course, right? And there's built-in CDR here as well. This also reduces cooldown by another 50%. You can use water to reverse the second combo ability for a longer period of time and it deals more damage. When you jump forwards in time, all of your devouring orbs are pulled towards you and trigger a Void Rift. But VR costs additional mana. When you jump back in time, your existing devouring orbs become younger. When you jump forward in time, your existing devouring orbs become older. When you jump forward in time, no, backwards actually, devouring orb recovers some of its cooldown scaling with the amount of devouring orbs that expired after jumping forward in time. Wait, what? I think all of this stuff here is probably only good if you actually do Void Rifts. Because when you jump forwards in time, right, you trigger a Void Rift. You jump back in time, you get a haste buff. Which, if you're playing two-hand shield Forge Guard, is actually block chance, right? Second combo ability is removed, but the melee attack deals more damage. I mean, you could do this, right? Like, double forward. If you do double forward, you gain plus 6 seconds, so like 12 seconds, but like, percent CDR is better then, so overall I think you get like more jumps forward per second than if you don't take this. Right? Because otherwise the other hit is just backwards, and backwards does not pull the orbs, only forward does. And only forward triggers Void Rifts. Smaller range, yeah. Yeah, no longer traversal now. While you're able to jump backwards in time, a percentage of your armor mitigation also applies to damage over time. That's cool, but I mean, it doesn't work with this. Frenzy while able to jump back. Okay, that's also cool. I mean, you can pick this stuff if you just use it as a forward like a forward skill, but you don't ever press the backwards, and you use it as like a steroid for your melee stuff, right? You could healing hands traversal. You could also like just use unspec'd lunge, I guess. Because I don't know if you want to even put points anywhere else. And 5 points for healing hands, maybe. 15 for symbols is already like too deep almost, man. But okay, symbols are still great, right? Still like flat void damage. Healing Hand's surely worth. Is it? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, but like if you do all the Void Rift stuff, do you even play Smite? Oh wait, but like for Smite, Healing Hands would also really be good, right? Hmm. Man, the skill tree is like too fucking good, man. What do you pull? Maybe you pull this stuff. Like if you don't play Abyssal Echoes. Or you cut the Lich, yeah. How do you... What do you do with this again? Nah, you don't do Warden Void Knight. Thanks, Vastacorn 2025. With the -5 spell cost mana wand for Devouring Orb. Maybe you need like minus mana for this stuff, yeah. The main damage dealer for those builds might be Devouring Orb. That's the question. I feel like right now the build is like trying to do too much at once, but maybe not. We'll see. Also, what is Void Rift again exactly? Void Rift is still a hit, right? So deals void damage over time to nearby enemies. Cast a Void Rift whenever something dies, or like being triggered in other ways. You can also make it hit enemies, like this, when it circles around you. This thing deals damage with both. This one scales both the hit damage as well as the rift, right? And this scales all of the damage. I don't remember how good this orbit range was though, because I think the orbit range was actually like a DPS loss overall if you went for the hit damage. Because you wanted it to like orbit faster around you. I don't quite remember actually, maybe it was still good. But I mean, you want the duration to, right, if you do hit stuff. Oh, that was also like the Abyssal Orb stuff, right? I remember this thing being like really good back in the day, but I don't know if it's still good. Wait, what do you mean additional charges? Like that only matters if you cast them yourself, right? Whenever Abyssal Rush triggers, it has a chance to consume only 50% of the cooldown and mana cost. Wait, what will work with autocast? Patient Hunger? Okay, but like, do the charges... Like, does that mean you always cast 2 instead of 1, for example, if you have 1 point? Or does it mean it recharges 1 and then it recharges another? What do you mean additional charges? Makes no sense. You have more rotating on yourself? Why? The amount that rotates around you is just like determined by the cooldown and how long they last. There is no maximum you can have. And if the charges don't speed up how many you generate per second, then it doesn't do anything. Like this duration obviously does that. Oh, you mean Sightless Star? Yeah. I mean, this one is good, yeah. Like Sightless Star, you have a chance to double cast, basically. Or like, well, I mean, not double cast, but you have a chance to cut the cooldown in half. Means you auto cast it more often. Yeah. I mean, Sightless Star is good. I was talking about Patient Hunger. Patient Hunger makes no sense. And it has a 4-second cooldown or like 2-second, whatever. As long as you just hold down both mouse buttons, you always move between smite casts. Do you really think you're gonna generate an entire charge in that time? I don't know. Maybe like 1 is fine, but it's also like costing more mana. If you stay still, yeah. When against some bosses you might stand still sometimes. You have 1 charge by default. What's your cooldown gonna be? 60%. Yeah, 54% just by existing. Like Void Knight just has 54% by default. Temporal velocity and anomaly is 54%. Where do you get cooldown again on this? In this game? Is it offhand? Or something like helmet as well? Oh right, it was like boots and stuff. That's weird. Veteran boots. Oh right, the leveling boots. Power ring. Or well, this one is like kinda guaranteed. But this is a merchant skill, isn't it? Yikes. Gloves. Oh yeah, staff is probably better. True. Pretty sure I also played a staff when I played it like pre-release. Void spell damage. Or just like resistances maybe. I mean, do you need a Code and Lightning Rest even as a Void Knight now? You have flippin' this now, right? 50% of all elemental damage is taken as Void instead. And then you have like 20% Void DR. Like, huh? I mean, yeah, these are also good, yeah. At some point you still want 55%, maybe. RAM stuff. What's the upgraded RAM stuff? Upgraded RAM stuff gives you help on top. Or gate stuff. Or actually temple stuff for minus mana cost. Look on uniques. Why are they guaranteed drops? I'm not gonna look at like any endgame giga juiced builds, man. Forget it. Omnividence. Okay, man, I'm gonna check. Oh, this one. Hang on. Is this target form? But not really. But yeah, it is like the temple staff base, isn't it? Or like one below actually. Oh, you have double minus mana cost for void spells. That's insane. That's pretty insane. Is there a new Rive unique? I don't know. I haven't looked at items at all actually yet. Is there like an item database here? There should be, right? Wasn't there? Resources, items. Release and then new, right? New items. Amber Amulet. Giant Rapier. This is insane, isn't it? What the fuck? Wait, what? The red egg with just less damage taken? Huh? What? Base item for Shattered Worlds, so it's only for a unique. +1 level to all skills, +10 all attributes. You have haste, you're immune to slow. Okay, where the fuck do you get this one? For like some endgame thingy. Is this like Uber Abaroth item or something? Maybe. Also, yeah, these are also base items. Hold on. Let's not look at the basic ones. Wait, what? Okay, Blight of Lachesis. There's no actual like new base items. These are just like new bases for uniques only, like Clothor's Needle, for example. Whoever Clothor is. Fate Weaver Clothor. I mean, that seems like a boss. Firebrand Puncture. This is a rogue. Like a Blade Master Spear. Wait, no. Firebrand is a major blood here. Block chance converted to parry chance while not wielding a shield. Huh. I mean, yeah, it's a two-handed sword. So you don't have a shield unless you're a Forge Guard. Okay, Blight of Lachesis. Minion stuff, okay, I'm gonna sell this one instantly. Brewmaster's Buckle. This is a Vitality Belt, so kinda nice. Tank belt, and also good for, you know, Spell Void Knight. Brewmaster, but if you use this, then you don't have CDR, I guess, on belt. Yeah, contains random countenance of Medjasa, block chance, block effectiveness. Each second, every enemy looking at you has up to 20% chance to be petrified. Oh, that's kind of funny. When you block an enemy's hit, it has up to a 20% chance to be petrified. And then block stuff. You can get LP through and then guarantee CDR. That's also true, actually. That is true. Traversal, Queen Recovery, and Potion use. That is true, you can just guarantee CDR. How do you guarantee it? Well, if you just do the standard LP crafting now, you can now select one stat and one is guaranteed. All others are random. One is always guaranteed now. It's an insane giga buff for SSF. Like, it's absolutely nuts. It makes it so much easier to craft legendaries. And there's literally just a drop-down menu now, and you can just select it. NE61. And it's a buff for everything, but I think it's generally more impactful actually for SSF. Crystal Wind. Armor Shred Quiver. I don't think I'm ever gonna play bows anytime soon. Dominance of Tundra, Helmet, Unique Iron Cask, Strength Int, Evade, casts Glacier along its path. Interesting. That sounds really cool for like a mage build. Evade Glacier. Downfall of the Righteous. Fire Rest, Curse Damage. Some Warlock item, I guess, yeah. Essence Weaver. Chance to apply Armor Shred on melee hit. Gain a stack of elemental essence when you directly use a meta attack and hit at least one enemy up to 9 times per second. At 9 stacks of elemental essence, consume all stacks to randomly cast Smite, Frost Claw, or Stormbolt at a nearby enemy per essence consumed. Wait, is that like not actually good for like spin to win, Warpath, Hybrid, Paladin? Yeah, the Glacier Helmet is insane, yeah. Just evade to Glacier. And this thing is like good for spin to win, Paladin too, right? Like, you have spell damage and melee damage, ambush shred, and then you can cast Smite as well. Elecloes Innovation. Poison rest, cold rest for potion slots. Your crit strikes also apply to your potion uses. Oh yeah, you can crit with the potion. That's weird. Probably good. And it has also crit multi, right? Which I think no other belt has. Gordian Prism. Intelligence. Directly cast 3 Runification. Always casts Grant Prism Nova instead. I love how they did like the Rune Master system with like all the combinations, and then they have all like items that are like, okay, you use only this one invocation. I don't know. Grasp of the Blood Mage. CDR. Hit damage taken from bosses and rares is dealt over 4 seconds instead. This is insane as well. Chance to apply bleed on spell hit. Oh, this is like another Warlock glove, I guess. Spell crit, spell damage leached. Immortal Vise. I mean, that's like one of those like good armor 2-dot gloves. And here you take hit as dot instead as well again. While you have more than 10% of your max HP as delayed damage, damage to health below your endurance threshold is reduced by 30%. Melee speed, melee leech, HP. That's not too bad though, and strength on top as well. Lagon's laser. Lagon's laser is I think still the same. Is this like another Aberoth item or something? Who knows? Inheritance of the Erased. Less damage over time taken. Amulet. Every 10 seconds a random minion is chosen, receiving Frenzy. Okay. This is a good glove though. Mana Guide. While channeling focus, you move towards your current target location at 8% of your normal movement speed. While channeling focus, you cast Lightning Blast once per second. You're just like running around, channeling focus, and blasting everything, literally. 50% less armor though. Warp per second while channeling. Oh, you can get like all the other warp channeling stuff as well, right? Once per second is kind of low. I guess so. Metal of the Pale Ox. Healing effectiveness, armor. Damage redirected to your highest health minion. Okay, that's a Beastmaster item, I guess. Kinda looks like it, with a strength here. Nest of Nightmares, it's like Spooter stuff. Minion Spooter, Orb Weaver's Fang, melee damage. Stats on this item are doubled for 3 seconds after hitting a boss or rare enemy that is at low HP. What? I mean, if you juice it, right? If you juice it with LP, Where do you see again, like, the LP potential? Wasn't there a stat for that? Maybe them doesn't have the numbers yet. Oh wait, no, it's Weaver's Will. You can't legendary craft this. Yeah. Unlucky. I could still be juiced if you're really lucky. Curse of the Swine. Bone Curse inflicts Decrepify. Cool. It's a good item, I think. Orion's Descent. Chance to cast Smite on hit. 6 times per 10 seconds. Cooldown resets when you use a potion. Using a potion restores volatile reverses cooldown. With at least 50 int. That's so troll. VR deals 20% more void damage. And there's no way you have 50 int on a Void Knight, what? I mean, okay, the item itself already gives you almost 25 int. With less than 50 int, volatile reversal is converted to fire. Oh, that's more interesting, maybe. It's just a fire volatile reversal item. Huh. More Pearls of the Swine, Penance, Acid Skin. Ravager's Dart, this is like the throwing Heartseeker thingy. Phalanx, Unique Pike. Vengeance range, holy. More damage with Vengeance per 10% block chance, holy. Forge Guard item, let's go. This is insane for Forge Guard. Block chance while preparing to riposte, what the fuck? Chance to use Javelin when riposte. Huh. Wait, this is insane for Forge Guard, this item. If Javelin has a cooldown, it must be on your bar and off cooldown for this effect to trigger. But if it doesn't have a cooldown, it doesn't have to be on your bar. Right? Interesting. Scissor of Atropos. Gain a stack of Kismet when you directly use a melee attack and hit at least one enemy. When you use a throwing attack, consume all stacks of Kismet to gain throwing crit chance and throwing fist damage per stack. Also gives vitality for some reason. Is this like a weapon for like hammer throw Void Knight or what? Maybe. Then it has like levels to melee skills for some reason. I mean, you need to use a melee attack actually. Wait. It's throwing fizz damage, yeah. Isn't this for rogue? Maybe it's for rogue, yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, true, it looks more like for rogue. Shattering World, I mean, that's just some globally OP relic, I feel like. I just Sentinel Brained, yeah. Damage leech as health on hit. Minion damage leech as health on hit. Veil Spirit per 15 attunement. Who? Oh, it's for... Yeah, right, it's for... Formalists. Tolma's Incorrect History of Terra. Summon a historic minion from a random era of Terra. What? This is just like the Giga random pet item, I guess. Spring caster item, yeah. Not just totem, but actual like caster build. Yeah. Unearthed memories. Spell damage. Wandering spirits is centered on a gravestone at the target location instead of you. The gravestone grants allies within 12 meters more necrotic damage for over time against cursed enemies. Increase reveal rate for wandering spirits. Okay, and like, do you get like a new skill called gravestone or what? Or is like wandering spirits a point and click ability then? The Royal Queen. I mean, she's not gonna be as hard as Everroth, but certainly a boss. The Weaver's Gift. Increased duration of bleed, poison, electrify per equipped Weaver's Wool item up to 5. So like 25%. Chance electrify and slow on hit. Damage leech as HP from damage over time. Penetration against all resistances for damage over time. Probably good for rogues as well. Weaver. The Weaver protects. Praise the Weaver. Not mono prophecies. Why do you not want mono prophecies? I mean, we're gonna check out the stuff in game. I feel like it's just like different maps, right? All the maps you can do. Epic shards, Blade of the Forgotten Knight reforged. Some of these can be pretty nice, right? Potentially. Void damage, chance to gain haste on hit. Isn't Forgotten Knight, like in general, gonna be kinda nice? Void damage taken on block. Minus 50%. What? But it's like, it's still like one-handed sword and board Void Knight, right? Yeah. Yeah. What is the set bonus? 50% Void Pen with Time Rod and 3% more Void damage per stack with Time Rod. Void Knight doesn't need sets? I mean, no, but like if you want to play one hand and like shield Void Knight, then you can use that on top. Right. Obviously, like 2-handed stuff is like really good on Void Knight too. The Rebor's reforged armor for Totem. Gasper's Will. That's fire cast speed. Cast Decimate when you directly use a fire spell. Wasn't this like void stuff as well? It was. You don't care about staff damage with Time Rod, you scale that, who cares if you have 40 less spell damage? Yeah. I mean, I think Time Rod, I think you're right about like Time Rod being, like the best way to scale Time Rod might be just being like melee damage. Like, I mean, not really melee damage, but you play like melee, but you kind of like play spell dot even though you're effectively a melee one-hander shield build, kind of. But Forgotten Knight, Locket. Chance to create a void rift when you hit an enemy. Dude. Void rift. Forgotten Knight build. Wait. But doesn't void rift scale of vitality as well? And spell damage? Like if you get like full Forgotten Knight set, right? You get this affix, and this affix. That's like void damage, haste, void damage taken on block, less of that, and chance to create a void rift and apply time rot. And then the set of this, the set bonus, is void pen with time rot and more void damage per stack of time rot. I mean, this is 36% more damage if you have 12 stacks, which you're gonna probably always have, honestly. Yeah, Forgotten Knight is a very easy to get set anyway, and in CUF it should be also kind of nice. So you get this stuff, right? Sorry. You have to play an amulet, a shield, and a one-handed sword. Well, swords can get spell damage, right? Nagasa Scimitar, damage over time. And then you play spell damage and the Forgotten Knight Reforged thingy, whatever. I mean, obviously not tier 7 that easily, but... And then you play like... Do you play attack speed? Oh no, attack speed is a prefix. Not spell damage? And danger over time is a... Oh, that's a prefix too, right? Can you see the set effects? I don't remember, maybe you can. So per slow chance, per time rod chance, attack cast speed. So you need to stack time rod chance. You need the 5 points in Woe, of course. You need both. I mean, if you... Oh, maybe you don't need this then. You're gonna get 15% cast speed here and 15% throwing and melee speed. Or like 24 and 24, like this. That is 24% more damage. For 16 points, I don't know if that's worth it. Devouring Orb casting Void Rift on cast. Does this also work for autocast? It does, right? Oh my god, there's so many builds! There's so many builds, man! The problem with all of this is you need to use this shield to be below 30% block chance, right? What else do you play on the shield, man? Just resistances? Crit damage reduction. Wait, is it slow attackers or is it like it's slow on hit, right? That you need. Yeah, slow chance with void skills, so this one doesn't do anything. It's probably this. Is this video for the LA race? No, can you link it? Is there gonna be a race? Announcing the first cash prize race in last Epoch. Holy fuck. Wait, hold the phone.
With the release of Tombs of the Erased, I am proud to announce a collaboration with Shopify Rebellion. We are bringing you a new competitive event in Last Epoch. The first 5 players to kill Uber Abroth in hardcore solo account found is going to pick up cash prizes. And number 1 is hardcore solo account Epoch. The first 5 players to kill Uber Abroth in hardcore solo account found is going to pick up cash prizes. And number 1 is getting $5,000.
Holy fuck.
11 Hour Games is also giving out 5 Vowen Legend supporter packs to the top 5. Please make sure that you read the document.
Right into Uber. My thoughts exactly.
In the description for eligibility and information on the prices. To participate, all you have to do is make a character in hardcore solo account found and go kill Uber Abroth. And 11 Hour Games has also helped us get tracking, so there will be a global alert for the first kill. I hope you guys enjoy this event. Good luck, and go kill Uber Abroth.
Just stand still, right feeding hands. No. We gotta... Abaroth is dog shit for melee, right? You have to play caster. You have to play like Void Knight caster or something. I mean, it's probably gonna be some fucking warlock shit, but
with Shopify.
Warpath. You know what my problem is? I currently have Path of Exile 2 installed. Oh my god, I have Path of Exile 2 installed, and I do not have Last Epoch installed. But maybe change that real quick, right? Manage, uninstall PoE2. Uninstall. And then install Last Epoch. Yep. I don't think PoE2 is real dog, but this shit has me way more hyped right now. Like the fucking monkey man. Like when like first hardcore run in PoE2 to defeat monkey. What if Uber Abaroth sounds more monkeys? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, how many days do I have to get good? Like 6 days, right? Well, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 really. Because today the day is almost over basically. Do not have Last Epoch installed. But maybe change that real quick, right? Manage, uninstall PoE2. Uninstall. And then install Last Epoch. Yep. Yep. Imagine not having disk space. It's not about disk space, it's about sending a message. True. Dude, my Grim Dawn folder, right? Like normal people's Grim Dawn folders, they are like, I don't know. Grim Dawn is not a big game, right? But my Grim Dawn folder, let's see. It's gonna take a while. Oh, it's only 33 gigabytes. I mean, it's still smaller than PoE2 to be fair. But yeah, for a